Welcome to the exercise program that's designed to totally stretch you out. And now, here's your host and workout partner, Beverly.
I am so glad you've joined me today. We'll have a wonderful exercise session together. Let's take a few moments and just kind of warm our bodies up and gently get our bodies ready for exercise. So let's reach up, just reach up very slowly, arms overhead, and then back down. Wonderful. Now we can actually inhale as we come up and then exhale as we stretch back down there. Are you reaching all the way through your fingertips and thinking of a good stretch? I hope your shoulders aren't hurting you too badly as you start to exercise, but our bodies really do appreciate some regular exercise. Honestly, that's really a fact. You'll feel better, your moods will be lifted, you'll just be so glad you made a little bit of time for yourself today, and then back down. Now, working on our legs today, I'd like for you to step out with your left foot. Just step out there a bit, just bend and just hold that stretch. Not too far, just nice and easy does it. That's it. Good. And then come back. Always watch your balance and make sure that you're not doing anything that's going to put you off balance that might cause you to fall, because we don't want that. We want you to get ready for exercise nice and slow and easy, and really be ready to just do some good exercises when we get together. That's always a good idea. Now, while we're standing today, let's work a little bit more on our arms. If you have weights, use your weights, but if you don't, as I said before, just make fists and just do the exercises without weights, and it'll work for you as well. Now, we'll start today with our once again with our weights right in front of us and do an easy stretch up and then bring the arms back down. And we inhale now and then exhale as we bring our arms back up. That's a good stretch, and it's always a good exercise to start with. Now, as we're standing, remember that we keep our shoulders back. We have our abdominal wall pulled in, and we're tucked under through our seat muscles, and this is our pelvic girdle. And we want to keep our pelvic girdle in good operating condition. I did a speaking engagement one time, and some darling little ladies came. It was up in the mountains, and I remember one elderly lady wanted to buy a lot of things, from me. But anyway, she says, "Oh, I want one of those pelvic girdles." And I said, "Oh, no, ma'am." I said, "Your pelvic girdle is what you have. It's your muscles through your stomach and through your seat, through your thighs there." I said, "That's not something you can purchase." And we all got a big laugh out of that. But that's true. You think of it that way, that you were born with your own girdle, and when you strengthen those muscles, you're actually getting your girdle in better condition so it can take care of your back, your stomach, and keep your posture so much better. That's wonderful, all the way back down. Now, another exercise to work our arms, which is good. All the exercises are good, but some I prefer, I like better. Now, remember the same posture, knees bent, stomach in, tucked under through the seat. We want to come up to the shoulders and then back down. You can inhale, exhale as you lift up. That's the hardest part of the exercise. And then inhale as you come back down. Train yourself to remember that you always exhale on the hardest part of the exercise. That's it. And your exercises will benefit you so much more if you do them controlled and if you bring mind power. I mentioned on our first program about how important it was to make sure that you were drinking plenty of water. I read an article this time that said if your water level in your body was like 3% low, or just slightly low, I'm sorry, you're just slightly dehydrated. I didn't say that right. If you're slightly dehydrated, what it does, it slows your metabolism by 3%. Now think about that, 3%. Now we all want to be calorie burners, don't we? Why, we want these little bodies of ours just churning away and burning calories. If we fail to drink water, we're just slightly dehydrated, then we have slowed our own metabolism by 3%, and that is a no-no. It certainly is a no-no. They tell us that even a 2% drop in your water level, just a 2% drop in your body's water level, can make the mind become fuzzy, especially your short-term memory. Now up there, hold, and then back down. Wonderful. Now working shoulders some more. I want you to lift up like you're lifting your shoulders to your ears, and then roll them backwards and all the way back down. It's even better when you have weights because it's more exaggerated and it helps you more. But lift up there, getting rid of all the tension, and roll them back. Wonderful shoulder exercises. But do remember that just a small drop in your water level, just a 2%, maybe you're 2% lower than where you should be with your body, that it can make your mind fuzzy, where you have problems with short-term memory. It can keep you from focusing on a printed page because your water level is low. Now that's serious business. Weights right in front, nice tall posture with stomach in, tucked under. We want to press up and then back down, and then the opposite one, up there and then back down. Nice and easy does it. Do as long a reach as you possibly can, and then ease down, and then up there. Oh, what a good stretch, and then back down. The writer of the article was telling us that a glass of water will shut down hunger pangs for about 80% of our population. It'll keep you from having night eating if you'll just drink that water. If you get up in the middle of the night and you think you must have something to eat, try the water. That it'll shut off those hunger pangs for about 80 or 90% of us. Now up there and then back down. That is great. And we have done some good work today. Now let's come down and stretch out from our hips. We want to always do that. You know, they tell us when we fail to exercise that we actually sink into our own hips. And I thought, oh, I never want to spend the rest of my life, now come on all the way forward, sunken into my own hips. So when we do exercises like we do, then what we do is we pull ourselves out of our own hips. Now let's bring the forehead down close to the legs. Then stretch back up there. Great. A long stretch as we come down. Now let's work a little bit on our waist. Just a bit on the waist and also on flexibility today. And we'll have our weights right up in front of us. If you don't have weights, you just touch your fingertips up there in front like this. And we'll pull to the left. Now when you pull, you want to stare straight ahead. Find something to stare at and feel that right through your waist. We're not going fast though. We're doing our exercises very deliberately because we are trimming the waist. We're even working the arms, and we're even strengthening the legs as we go. Now you know that is good work. That is helping us. Wonderful. Our muscles are being challenged. They're being energized. We'll have more energy. The writer of the article on water was saying that if a person would learn to drink 6 to 8 glasses of water a day, that it would get rid of most of the joint and back pain for about 80% of individuals that are suffering back pain just by drinking water. That it does so much for the body, even the joints, the ligaments, the entire body. Chin is up, a smile is on the face. Do you have a smile there? Oh, those brain chemicals are going to be so happy. They're going to put you in a better mood, make you feel better. That's it. Oh, you're just doing excellent. That's it. You see that program number from time to time? You always remember the program number in case you have a specific question about something I say or just something pertaining to your own fitness program. Over there and then back. Wonderful. Now let's do a nice, easy release. Just shake our arms out a little bit, and we're going to work our abdominal section. So good old stomach needs lots of work. Once again, let's start with hands up and roll back. Get the back ready to do some exercise. That's it. You're doing great. Anything that's too hard, do not do. You do what you're able. When I do something that's too difficult, you put something else in its place. You're not Beverly. You're your own person. Every person has their own fitness program. That's the way I see it. Now let's start off today, once again, with our arms across our chest. Just lift as high as you're able and then come back. Of all the exercises you can do, this is the one the experts say is the most beneficial for flattening the stomach. Now, I know you might be thinking that it's working your neck, but you need to be doing your lifting with your stomach muscles. And maybe yours aren't strong enough yet to do much lifting, but if you'll work with me, just do what you're able and slowly develop muscles throughout your body. Before long, you will be able to do more and more. So you will get there. Don't be in a big hurry. One day at a time. Now, right along with your floor exercise, you need to be having an aerobic program. You see, it's the aerobic exercise that burns fat, strengthens the heart, does so much to help your blood readings when you go for your physicals. So make sure that you have time every day to do some form of an aerobic program. You might only be able to walk 5 or 10 minutes at a time. Maybe you can just go up and down stairs where you work. Or you can do another form of aerobics. Try to add your time up and get in at least 30 minutes a day. The health benefits are fantastic. They really are, just from a small amount of aerobic exercise. But that's the fat burning exercise. Now you're doing great. Let's do one more up there. Hold for a moment and then back down. And once again, bring your knees in. Oh, that's great. Let's do the roll up. One vertebra at a time. Lift and tighten, and then slowly come all the way back down. Oh, that's great. Just tighten up the abdominal section, and then up there, just lift all the way up. Grip your seat muscles, and then slowly all the way back down. Pull your knees in, and then the back strengthener where you pull one knee in and then the other one. That is great. Yes. Think of your stomach kissing your backbone. You're pulling it right in there, and you'll get there. It's a cinch by the inch, and I believe that. Now this time, I'll be using weights, but when you don't have weights, remember you just touch your fingertips like this. We'll start with our feet up, and I'm going to touch on one side, elbow and knee, and then on the opposite. Then I'm going to hold together, and then I'm going to ease back down. So I come up and I touch opposite, and then I do opposite, and then I do together, and then I come back down. Are you a breakfast eater? Well, it is so important to eat breakfast. That is the one meal you never want to skip because it's your energy, it's your brain food, and actually, it can save your life by having breakfast because your blood is much more likely to form a clot in the morning, which could lead to a heart attack. They're little platelets in the blood, and they're sticky in the morning, and they clump together, and they can so easily form a clot, which could actually kill you. But when you eat breakfast, it thins up the blood, and it just makes you so much more healthy, so you're much less likely to have a heart attack. And that's a fact, so you want to make sure that you have a good breakfast. If you don't want, now let's just pull up and hold for a moment, then ease back. Now we're going straight up this time, holding, and then ease back. If you don't want to crave fat foods or sweets during the day, the best way to start the day off is with something that is whole, like a whole grain cereal, like oatmeal is a perfect example, with fruit on it. Maybe maybe blueberries, because they are such a super antioxidant. I read this time that you'd have to eat 8 bananas to get the benefit of a half cup of blueberries, that they are super antioxidant. By having a half cup of blueberries in the morning, you could like triple your antioxidant power for the day. And antioxidants fight everything from cancer to heart disease and even to aging of the skin. Are you aware of that? Yes. So remember, what you eat in the morning is important. If you want to be more healthy, you want to have more energy, you want to build up your immune system, remember wonderful foods like strawberries, which are right next to blueberries when it comes to antioxidant power, or blueberries or sliced banana. Fruit is so good on the cereal. Now lift right up there and then back down. And once again, do yourself a back strengthener. My new people, remember that back strengtheners will do so much to help you. Now let's finish off today abdominal work with just a little crisscross across there. That's it. You're doing great. Absolutely wonderful. And I'm proud of you too. Now over there and touch, and then back over, and then over, and then back over there. Wonderful. And then just give your knees a hug again for that back. Now this time we'll start working on our legs. So let's come over on our sides. And for this one, we're getting a straight line first, and then we bend the knees, and then we bring that top leg right down there in front. Just right down in front. And then I'm leaning on my elbow this time, and we want to lift up and then back down. Exhale on the hardest part, which is the lift up, then inhale as you come down. Now don't let it flop up and down, but very carefully lift, if you would please, so that you can get the benefit of really working your leg muscles. And that's what we want. We want our time together to be quality time, wherein we develop our bodies and we grow stronger. And as I say, we do it all to the glory of God, because we want to be fit vessels, ready to serve Him with our lives and ready to do the work, the things that we have to do here on this earth. Yes. Some of my viewers have written me and told me that prior to working with me that their lifters were not working at all, that if they were to ride in the back seat of someone's car, that they had trouble getting out. It was like you had to throw them a rope to try to get out of there. But after working with me, that their legs got so strong that they found out they could ride in the front seat or the back seat. They could lift themselves up. And you know, we need to do that as we get older. I tell you, we have to take care of ourselves. Do you recall in the Bible where it says that at some point they got older and they weren't able to do for themselves, and others had to take them places they didn't even want to go and what have you? And I always think that. I think for my independence, I want to make time for my exercise so that I can stay on my feet. I can do things for others. I can honor God with my life. And I believe that this brings great joy to the Lord when we purpose in our heart to glorify Him in our bodies. I believe that this really pleases God. Now let's come over on the opposite side. We do one side, then we have to do the other. Now I want to remind you again to have your water right with you. I'll take a drink of mine just to remind you. We have water and we need it. People that exercise just need more water than non-exercisers. So you get in the habit of always having your water. That's it. Now, we want to bring the knee right up there in front this time. And we're leaning on our elbow. We want to lift up and then back down. Inhale down, exhale as you come back up there, and then back down. Oh, I tell you, when you get your whole body exercising, it's amazing how much better you feel. The Lord has made our bodies so magnificently. We produce in our brains endorphins, and it's like nature's own tranquilizer. honestly, what happens when you start exercising, you start feeling good. And that's why people sometimes get an exercise addiction, because they want to produce that good feeling. They're not doing it with caffeine, they're not doing it with sugar, they're not doing it with drugs or alcohol, but it's a good feeling that you have earned yourself through exercise. But I say it is all God's plan for our lives. I mean, He's planned our lives, and He knows, and He knows that when we get our bodies moving that we feel better, and we honestly do. When I first started to exercise, it was many years ago. I was young. I suppose I was about 27 years old at the time. And I was very sick. I developed allergies, adult onset diabetes, all kinds of health problems. I'd gone through a few years that I smoked cigarettes. I'm so sorry for that. But I hadn't taken care of myself. And as a young woman, I was a farm girl, and I was strong and healthy. And I had energy and strength. And then I went through a bad time in my life, and I didn't exercise, I didn't eat right, and I got very, very sick. So I saw my own immune system, my own body get sick. But by the grace of God, He had me at the right place at the right time that I started exercising. And I said, glory to Him, because through exercise and a change in my lifestyle, the Lord gave me back my health and my strength, and now I can help you. And we can say amen to that, I know. Wonderful. Now, we feel this in our hips, through our seat area, everything, and we know that we're getting stronger. Now, this time I want you to come right down on your stomach. When you do your lifts, I want you to have your palms down, and I want you to stretch out your legs and point your toes. Now, I have to keep my head up a good bit because of the microphone, but you don't have to. Once you see what we are going to do, we are going to do some leg lifts with a pointed toe. Right leg first, we want to lift up and then come back down. And you can exhale as you lift up there and hold for a moment and then ease back down. Just exhale and lift. Oh, doesn't that feel good to strengthen those muscles? Wonderful. Exhale, lift it up there. We'll be able to sit taller, stand taller, feel better. Yes. And you can develop muscles into your 90s, friend. There's no cutoff point for muscle development. Isn't that great? Have more strength. You certainly can. You can have more strength and more energy. And that's wonderful up there. Now let's do one more lift up. You can do it up there and down. Now just shake your legs out a little bit. That's fine. Now on the opposite side, we want to lift up and then back down. Exhale as you do a little lift. Hold it for a moment and then let it come back down. Exhale, lift up there and hold, and then ease down. Exhale. You'll find that you'll be able to walk so much better. You'll be able to climb stairs. You'll be able to do things that maybe was not so easy for you to do, but you'll just see that strength come back. You'll be renewing your strength like the eagles, won't you? That's it. Now lift up there. Nice, firm lift. Put muscle back into our body. When you first start to lose weight, your weight might actually go up a little bit before it starts to come down, and that means that you're developing muscle. And muscle holds more water than fat, so it might weigh a little bit more. Now just shake your legs out, but that's no problem at all. Now as we come up from this position, we want to bring our arms up. Now while we're in this position today, first I want you to do something for your shoulders. I want you to put your hands down nice and flat and just press up and look up to the ceiling. Stretch your chin and neck and then ease down there. That's it, all the way back down. Now you can exhale as you lift up, press up there and stretch. Oh, what a good stretch. And then ease back down. Now let's do that one more time. Press up there and hold and stretch. And then ease down. Now the relaxation pose is like this. Turn your toes in, turn your palms up and put your face down the side. Relax your shoulders completely. The whole body's relaxed. Wonderful. And then hands back up. And if you have trouble coming up, remember, if you'll press up, bring your knees up in front of you especially. This will help to save the lower back just by doing that. And then ease all the way back up. And then just do a nice, easy little release there of the legs. Just nice and easy. Let's bring our feet up in front of us again. Can we do that? Get them up there nice and close. And see how flexible we are by bringing our knees down. Now don't force. That's it. Just bring them up there, chins back, and then back down. And then lift up there again, and then back down. Wonderful. Now this time, with our stomach in, our knees out there like that, but get comfortable. I want you comfortable. Let's just hold on to the knees, have the chin out, and just look over our right shoulder, then back to the center, and then over our left shoulder. Wonderful. And then over the right, stretch, and then back to the front, chins up, and then over there again, and then back. Great. Okay, now this time I want you to raise your right hand up, drop it down your back, reach around there and see if you can reach your fingers. See if they'll reach your touch. Good. And just hold that for a moment. Wonderful. And then on the opposite side, we'll touch down there. See if we can touch. That's great. Hold it, pull back there. Wonderful. Then arms out in front, stretch around. Now don't force, just work within your body. If you're able to interlace your fingers, do that. Pull your chin back. And then bring your head back down there again. Now let's do that again. Let's pull back there, hold it, and then all the way back down. Feel that good little stretch through the neck and all. Oh, that was great. Bring your ear down to your shoulder on one side, then over on the opposite side. And then look up here at me. Look right at me. That's it. Let me thank you so much for joining me today for exercise. Remember to make time for yourself every day. Exercise. Bring glory to God by the way that you care for your body. And write me. I love to get letters. You're so important in my life. So I pray in all things that God will bless you.
Thank you for watching Beverly Exercise. For a donation of $20, you will receive a copy of this program plus an additional 30-minute program. When requesting a specific program, please note the program number. For more information on books, DVDs, and other items to assist you in your fitness program, you may visit BeverlyExercise.com. Write to Beverly Exercise, P.O. Box 1616, Greenville, South Carolina, 29602, or call 864-244-1616. Be sure to join us next time for Beverly Exercise. Beverly Exercise is a production of Dove Broadcasting Incorporated of Greenville, South Carolina.